In this episode, we look at cool Japanese stuff, I drink 1,000 lemons.
This is 1,000 lemons.
Zane squints at some lights, and we finally find what we've been looking for. Japan really is a place unlike any other.
Yo, welcome to the crib.
But it's not just the tiny apartments, or the magical toilets, or the insanely efficient public transport. It's the entire culture of Japan. Walk through the streets of Japan, and you'll find boutique fashion outlets right next to traditional Edo-era bladesmiths. And it's that grasp of its roots that really makes Japan stand out. Over hundreds of years, old and new ideals have harmoniously blended into what is now a captivating culture that is known by the world for its deadly efficiency and its general quirkiness. Also, the vending machines. They have the best vending machines.
Oh, glass. This is 1,000 lemons.
Great.
Yay!
Anyways, nowhere is this cultural synergy more apparent than in the Japanese car industry. JDM car manufacturers have always built cars that are uniquely JDM, and the Japanese people hold a real sense of pride in these cars. Little Daihatsu K cars, mini trucks, sports cars, vans, you name it, the Japanese people love them. And it's not an uncommon sight to see both a Prius and some sort of JDM legend cozily parked in the driveway of a Japanese home. We came to Japan to immerse ourselves in this very culture, but we only had 4 days, so it was crucial that we really zeroed in on the important stuff. So, Pasmo cards in hand, we jumped on the train and headed to Tokyo Bay. After a brief excursion in Pallet Town, we made our way to Toyota MegaWeb, Toyota's Tokyo showcase for concepts and historical cars. If you're a Toyota fan like myself, this place is like Disneyland. Hell, it's better than Disneyland. There are Toyota race cars, concepts, special editions, all sorts of weird Japan market only cars that provided seemingly endless entertainment.
Chios will be proud, man. Look at that heel toe.
I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. You could probably tell. I don't know what I'm doing.
Seeing the SFR in the flesh was freaking awesome, and the fact that it's still proudly on display gives us hope that the 8.6 might still get its little brother. But even better than the SFR was seeing the very race car that caused so many sleepless nights for us in years past. The Gazoo Racing LFA took class victories year after year, and really has been a testament to both the LFA and the skills of the Gazoo Racing team. Lucky for us, the Toyota rep there was a big fan of Albon, so he let us take a quick peek inside of the LFA in all of its carbon fiber glory. But perhaps most importantly, we found this. So much of the FT1's design reflects the Japanese culture and Toyota's commitment to it. From the Gundam-esque face of the car to the Kabuki-inspired color scheme that also appears on every single one of their race cars. This car is distinctly Toyota, but more than that, it's distinctly Japanese. As many of you know, the new Supra is a big part of why we made this trip in the first place. And while Toyota didn't show us anything at the Tokyo Motor Show, being able to really take in the Calty designed form of the FT1 helps you see the intent of the team at Toyota. We were then graciously asked to test drive the FT1 in Gran Turismo. Nevertheless, while this might not have been a real test drive, it was a very real chance to kick Zan's ass.
No clutch, buddy. These are autos, my friend. Get used to it.
Being a true sportsman, I let Zan go first.
Oh my lord.
Mostly for entertainment purposes.
Oh wow. Anda, Sia. Anda.
Edit that out. 108.
With a blistering 1 minute and 8 second lap, Zan had pro racers around the world committing seppuku out of shame. But I was up next, and the chance of embarrassing Zane in front of this random Japanese lady was just too good for me to pass up.
5 years of track days in autocross. Let's see if that amounts to anything. It's straight. Oh yeah, see? That's a classic tactic. Learned that from Ayrton Senna. He died on track. Take the heel toe. Some world record stuff right here.
It was actually, I'll give it to you. That was actually pretty good.
With a lap time of 1 minute 2 seconds, not only did I beat Zane, but I also had successfully beaten all of Hiromu Naruse's lap records.
First impressions of the FT1? Good.
I was offered the chief test driver position then and there, but I turned it down. The YouTube fame and money was just far more enticing. To celebrate our successful racing season, we hit up another vending machine.
Ooh, it's warm, yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's good.
Vending machine.
That's good, this is nice.
After that, we spent a while thoroughly testing out Toyota's various odd concepts, until we stumbled upon one of the coolest places in the world, the Toyota History Museum. Not only did we find beautiful examples of classic Toyotas, but tucked away in a corner were some of the iconic Toyota race cars that I spent hours driving in Gran Turismo growing up. It wasn't all Toyota though. In the back there were two quiet mechanics working away on a Hakosuka GTR and a Lotus Elan. Not to mention this gorgeous Mazda Cosmo, an Alfa Spider, Ferrari Dino, a Coupe de Ville. Hell, they even had a split window. MegaWeb really felt like a special place to be. Not only was it a place for car geeks like us, but the regular Japanese folk really seemed to enjoy it too. Cars have been such an integral part of Japanese history, and it seems like the Japanese people have been raised to see cars less as appliances and more an important part of Japan's growth as a nation. After that, we grabbed a train and headed towards another special part of Japan's car culture, Super Auto Box, one of Japan's automotive superstores. Imagine a Home Depot, but instead of PVC pipes and lumber, there were countless exhausts, coilovers, wheels, and a whole rack of headlights with more LEDs in them than downtown Shibuya.
Like nowhere in the States does anything like this exist. You just walk in, any car you want. Like, what car is this? I don't even know. But you can get a full exhaust for it. What do you think, Zan?
I think I'm gonna. Wait, how long is our visa? So 90 days, is
90
it?
days? Or we might have to overstay that one.
We'll just buy an 8.6 here and start modding it.
Yeah.
This was an enthusiast's paradise, a one-stop shop to get all of your JDM-type mods. No need to pay to ship things from distant lands. It was all here.
If you live in a particular prefecture, you can get a little prefecture-shaped track and stick it on your car. That's awesome.
Even stepping out into the parking lot, the JDM magic was alive and well. Wacky vans, a sick legacy wagon, Lavorgs, and the obligatory drift spec Sylvia.
Look at this. Full Altezza lights and like a cannon with some tape on it. Or twin cannons, I should say.
The owner of the car even came out and was more than happy to tell us about his car and his drifting antics. One of the Super Autobox employees saw us taking photos of cars and told us he had something cool if we wanted to see it. Naturally, we followed him into an alleyway, all the way to an orange Tommy Kyra ZZ. Now, you'd be forgiven if you had no clue what this thing was. The second generation ZZ was an all-electric sports car only sold in Japan. I really don't know what the production numbers on this thing are, but I can't imagine there were very many of them. And this guy just let us check it out.
What do you think? How's your first Tommy Kyra ZZ experience?
I felt like I was a piece of the car. I was part of it.
After we checked out the car, the nice gentleman gave us all small gifts to thank us for coming all the way to Japan to visit. And this wasn't the last time we were given gifts. The hospitality of the Japanese people towards complete strangers was absolutely staggering, and it really opened our eyes to the importance of universal respect, a concept that's really ingrained in the Japanese culture. It's something that lives in the philosophy of what they create, and something we can all really learn from.